Gentlemen, now I recognize the gentlelady from Georgia, Ms. McBath.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to our ranking member, Scott. Thank you to all of you that are witnesses today. We appreciate your time and being here. I also want to thank the students that are watching today, and I want to say again to each and every one of them, I am very sorry to those who have been victims of violent hate crimes at some of our other schools and that have appeared previously before this committee. As a mother of a child myself who was killed in a racially motivated shooting, I know what it is like for your family to be attacked solely because of who you are or how you were born. I know how painful it is for those preconceived notions that someone may have, preconceived notions that have nothing to do with the actions you have taken as an individual, for those notions to drive someone's entire view of you or your loved ones as a person. That is the type of dangerous mindset that took my son from me. And I want to remind everyone here how important it is that we engage in good faith to get this right. Anti-Semitism remains a growing threat on campus today, but the actions taken by the majority are not motivated by the rooting out of the evils of anti-Semitism and other forms of hate in American society. These actions today, they're not going to improve the situation. They are only fostering further distrust between different groups on and off campus. Instead of taking real steps to address anti-Semitism, the majority has cut the funding, as was mentioned earlier by one of our witnesses, and fired the federal employees tasked with responding to these incidents on school grounds. They have paused funding meant to protect synagogues and other Jewish community centers from shootings through the nonprofit security and targeting violence and terrorism prevention grant programs. They have openly defended the actions of violent felons and rabid anti-Semites, criminals that were directly involved in attacking police and killing an officer here at our Capitol on January 6th. When white supremacists marched through the University of Virginia chanting, "Jews will not replace us," the president said that there were very fine people on both sides. These are not the actions of a party or president who is engaging in good faith. In the attempt to explain away one of the oldest forms of hate solely for political gain is truly wrong. It undermines the centuries of interfaith struggle to build bridges and take the difficult but very necessary steps that will bring peace. It cheapens the sacrifice, the contributions of countless everyday people who have lived these realities, who put their reputations on the line and found it within themselves to put those preconceived notions aside, to really try to solve and resolve these differences, not just talk past each other. Fighting anti-Semitism should not be used as a political tool. The work is simply too important. The stakes are just too high. Today, Georgia is home to the largest population in the Deep South, my state. My home state has become a beacon of prosperity for Jewish families, hoping to live together in peace, free from judgment regarding their faith. But it has not always been this way. I live just a few miles from the site of one of the most heinous and violent acts of anti-Semitism in the history of this country, the lynching of Leo Frank. It takes the vigilance from all of us to ensure that the atrocities of the past never repeat themselves. I ask the American people and all those who care about religious freedom in this country, all those who want this country to live up to the promise that all of us were created equal, please compare what they hear from my Republican colleagues during these hearings to the actions that they take when the cameras aren't rolling. And I yield.
Thank the gentlelady. Now I recognize the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. McKenzie.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate the fact that we're continuing our hearings about anti-Semitism in higher education because it continues to be a persistent problem that we see far too often. My first question is for Dr.